Mason, Menard, San Saba, Lone Rochelle, all the heart of Texas and Northwest Hill Country. This is KNEL, 95.3 FM, 1490 AM, streaming live at KNELradio.com. And today, a special edition of our morning program on KNEL TV. I'm Lynn Ferris. Great to be with you here today on KNEL. Our news this morning on KNEL brought to you by Commercial National Bank. Commercial National Bank, good for you and the community too. It's 43 degrees in Brady, 43 degrees in Mason this morning. We're looking for a high today of 76 degrees with sunny skies across the area for today. In our news for today, early voting for the special election to fill the vacant place 2 seat on the Brady City Council will end today. Today is the final day for early voting. This is in advance of February 12th, which is Election Day for the area. The special election called by the Brady City Council in response to the death of the Brady City former Brady City Council member Aaron Garcia. In December, the two candidates on the ballot, Raymond Ledesma and Roland Wayne O'Brien, person elected to the council, will serve out the remainder of the Councilman Garcia's term in that special election. Early voting for the election today at City Hall. Also on Election Day, it will be at Brady City Hall. Well, tomorrow's the day for the famed Brady Bulldog Band radio auction, the live auction held every year. This is the 55th annual edition of the FBBB live auction. Starts on Saturday mornings at 10 o'clock, and it will be going all day long. Great opportunity, hosted by the famed Brady Bulldog Band Boosters Club to support the band activities. Been going on with the radio auction since for 55 years now, 56 years, and it is another great event. This year it's been expanded. It isn't just going to be on the radio, it's also going to be here on KNEL TV on Saturday, and we'll have that live starting at 10 o'clock on KNEL. You can listen, watch on TV through the KNEL website at KNELradio.com, our KNEL Roku channel, YouTube channel as well, and it's also going to be on the radio on 1490. Another event that goes along with the band auction, the Sonica Day, where the band members car hop and the Brady Sonic donates one half of the day's proceeds to the band as well. Famed Brady Bulldog Band gets underway Saturday morning, 10 o'clock, and KNEL will have it live on KNEL TV. And here this morning, we're having a special edition of our KNEL morning program today here on KNEL TV, because we've had with us yesterday, and today, the two members of the McCulloch County AgriLife Extension Service, Sarita Short and Carrie Ross. They had a good year in 2025, filled with a wide range of activities and programs and accomplishments, and both Short and Ross recently provided a rundown of the year's activities to the McCulloch County Ag Leadership Council, touched on goals, programs, individual and group successes for both adults and students. Sarita was with us yesterday on KNEL to review the agricultural and wildlife activities, plus 4-H. Today, Carrie Ross will be our guest to cover the range of family and community and health programs conducted through the McCulloch County AgriLife Extension Office. It's here on KNEL and on live on KNEL TV, and as I said, on the website, Roku, YouTube, and on 95.3 FM and 1490 AM as well. McCulloch County and Mason County Commissioners Courts will both be meeting for regular sessions on Monday. The McCulloch County Commissioners Court will start off a fairly short agenda with a discussion item, and that's a report on training and statistics provided by the Veteran Services Officer, Nancy Minotaki. Mason County Commissioners Court will have one of the first items on their agenda is the presentation of the financial audit for the county by the independent auditors, Neffendorf and Blocker. Also on the agenda for Mason Commissioners, accepting a letter of resignation from the Mason County Treasurer and taking the steps to advertise for the appointment of a replacement for the Treasurer to finish out the unexpired term. And in high school sports, number of teams going at it this evening. High school sports tonight, the Brady Bulldogs will be at home to entertain the Ingram Tom Moore crew. And since it's a home game, we'll have it live on KNEL TV this evening. Girls game begins at 6:15, the boys at 7:30. It's on KNEL TV and on 1490 KNEL AM as well. The Mason Punchers are on the road. They go to Johnson City. We'll have their games on 95.3 KNEL FM at 6:15 and 7:30 rather. Lynn will be at Panther Creek for tonight is 6 o'clock and 7:30. Rochelle host Olthen. The boys game is 6 o'clock, boys only. And then Eden will be at Paint Rock tonight for their games as well. First news from the heart of Texas and Northwest Hill Country, brought to you this morning here on KNEL by Brady National Bank. Brady National Bank, satisfying needs, building relationships.
Brady National Bank, we don't just we live here. We love our town, and it shows in everything we do. Whether you're opening your first account or planning for the future, our team is here with the best customer service around. Personal, prompt, and always with a smile. With trusted banking practices and over 100 years of experience, we're proud to be the bank you can rely on, today and always. Where hometown heart meets hometown service. Brady National Bank, member FEIC, equal housing lender.
Next up here on KNEL, we'll take a look at weather. Weather brought to you on 95.3 and 1490 and on KNEL TV this morning by Owens Heating, Electrical, and Air Conditioning. Owens Heating, Electrical, and Air Conditioning offers honest, reliable residential and commercial service since 1993. 597-2058. Owens Heating and AC license number TACL B00088517E. Electrical license TECL 18063. Our KNEL Skywatch weather forecast for today is going to be sunny today, a high of 76 this afternoon. Northwest winds about 5 to 10 miles per hour, shifting to the becoming light and variable in the afternoon. 76 degrees is the forecast high for Friday afternoon. For tonight, clear skies, 43 for the overnight low. Weekend forecast, Saturday should be sunny with a high of 75, light and variable winds from the south-southeast. Sunday, mostly cloudy with a high of 74 and light southwesterly winds. And by Monday, pretty much the same thing, but we do have a slight chance of some showers in the afternoon on Monday. 20% chance of showers with cloudy skies otherwise, and a high of 72 on Monday. Right now, around the area, 43 degrees in Brady, 43 in Mason. Brownwood reporting 40 this morning, 41 in Menard, Eden at 42, San Saba 41 and 40 degrees in Llano for today. Next up on KNL, look at our obituaries for today. In today's obituaries, Darlene Fryer, 85 of Brady, passed away on Thursday, January 29th. She is survived by sons Tommy Fryer and Kevin Fryer, daughter Stacy Mayfield. 7 grandchildren and 9 great-grandchildren also survive. Funeral services for Darlene Fryer will be today at 1 First Baptist Church in Brady, with burial to follow at the Rest Haven Cemetery in Brady. Services under the direction of Leatherwood Memorial Chapels. Ole Teague, 88 of Brady, passed away on Monday, February 2nd. She is survived by sons Clark Bartlett, Clayton Wernicke, Fred Wernicke, Lawrence Buddy Wernicke, daughter Barbara Fabella, and Amanda Vetch. 1 brother, 7 grandchildren, 12 great-grandchildren. Graveside services for Ole Teague will be Saturday at 10 a.m., Camp San Saba Cemetery. Family receiving friends this evening from 6 until 8 at Leatherwood Memorial.
of thousands of dollars in savings away to those who qualify. If you're facing wage garnishment, threatening letters, audits, liens, levies, or already in a payment plan, you can now expedite the resolution to your tax problem, end collections, and even qualify to reduce a large portion of what you owe. Stop IRS Debt has established a relief hotline for you to call to check what savings and options you qualify for. Dial 800-528-1140. With many people facing job loss and rising cost of living, these special IRS initiatives are designed to aid delinquent taxpayers with the relief that they need to get a fresh start. For a free consultation to see what savings you qualify for, call 800-528-1140. That's 800-528-1140. 800-528-1140.
Serving Brady, Mason, Menard, Eden, and the heart of Texas and Northwest Hill Country. This is KNEL 95.3 FM and 1490 AM.
And once again, welcome back into the morning program here on KNEL 95.3 FM, 1490 AM. And today, a special edition of our morning program also being broadcast on KNEL TV through the website knelradio.com, Roku, YouTube, and on Facebook as well. Glad to have you with us for today. We appreciate you being with us here on KNL. Looking forward to it. Today we have special guest of Kerry Ross from the AgriLife Extension Office. Yesterday, Sarita Short was here, gave us a rundown on AgriLife activities related to the agricultural and wildlife activities and 4-H. Very passionate, animated. We had a great time with Sarita Short yesterday. Kerry Ross, different perspective on the programs that she has. She's been there with the AgriLife Extension Office, and we're looking forward to that as well. Special edition here on KNL. The two of them presented their year-end review of activities from 2025 to the Ag Leadership Council not long ago, and it was very impressive. We thought we'd share that with you here on KNEL. And that's what we're about today here on KNEL. So we're glad to have you with us, and glad to have you with us on KNEL TV. Don't forget, we're going to be on KNEL TV. We'll be up and going again tonight for the Brady Bulldogs basketball game. They're going to be hosting Ingram Tom Moore in the Dog Pound tonight. We'll have that one for you as well. That starts at 6:15, and the Lady Dogs coming off a loss to Blanco on Tuesday night. The boys also fell to Blanco Tuesday night, so they're looking for a comeback tonight against Ingram Tom Moore, and we are too. It's going to be a good night tonight for high school basketball here on KNEL TV. Also on the radio for tonight on high school basketball, the Mason Punchers will be on the road. They go to Johnson City, where they will take on the team there, 6:15 and 7:30 for those games as well. Well, we're talking about what's going to be on KNEL TV here in the not-too-distant future. Coming up on Monday night, KNEL will have cover the candidate forum that's being held in Mason. The Mason County Republican Party and Republican women hosting a candidate forum on Monday night for the two candidates who are vying for the open seat on the Mason County Commissioner's Court for county judge, and that is Garrett Allen and Shannon Grody Morrell, and so we'll be there and bring that candidate forum to you as well. That starts at 6:30 on Monday night. This is the morning program here on KNL. The morning program brought to you by Mason Building Supply and Rental.
Mason Building Supply. You'll find everything you need to build, repair, and maintain your home and yard. We're the place for shoes, boots, workwear, denim, home and holiday decor, gifts, and jewelry. If you need lumber, plumbing parts, electrical supplies, power tools, lawnmowers, grills, or hunting gear, Mason Building Supply has it. Forget the big box stores. If you can't find it here, we'll order it for you. Mason Building Supply is your hometown general store.
And Mason Building Supply is your hometown general store. They are indeed the folks for that. We are going to take a quick break. We'll be back in a moment with Kerry Ross here on the morning program.
Texas like country. With 85 years combined experience, Texas Prime Country Real Estate has agents that know residential, farm, ranch, and commercial real estate in the Hill Country. Put your brand on your beautiful piece of Texas with Texas Prime Country. Found at TexasPrimeCountry.com. Get your beautiful piece of Texas. Texas Prime Country.
Liberty Baptist Church in Boca invites you to join them for Sunday morning services each Sunday morning at 11 a.m. Liberty Baptist Church is located at the intersection of Highway 71 and FM 1851 in Boca. Liberty Baptist Church, Sunday morning services at 11. To learn how to get the most out of your plants and landscape, you're invited to tune in to Neil Sperry's Lawn and Garden Hour each Saturday morning from 11 till noon on KNEL 1490 AM. Join us Saturday mornings 11 to noon on 1490 for the Neil Sperry Lawn and Garden Hour. The Heart of Texas healthcare system is expanding care options with a new treatment, physiologic insulin resensitization, or PIR. This advanced treatment offers new hope for patients struggling with insulin resistance and metabolic conditions like diabetes. PIR works by helping the body use insulin as a natural hormone. Patients and physicians have reported improvements in nerve health, kidney function, vision, and even wound healing. To learn more or see if PIR might be right for you, schedule an appointment at Brady Medical Clinic. Call 325-597-2114. Compassionate care, close to home. Welcome back into the morning program here on KNEL. We do have with us our guest this morning, Carrie Russ. Good morning.
Good
Carrie.
morning.
How are you this morning?
I am wonderful. I'm glad to be here, Lynn.
Glad to be here. Glad to be here. Now, you've been with the Extension Office for how long now?
I'm coming up on 4 years. It'll be 4 years in May.
Okay. And doing family and consumer...
So family and community health. It's one of those they change, and
Yes.
so about the time you learn it, it turns to something else. It was family and consumer science, and then family and consumer health. So now they just call us FCH for short, family and community health. It's a big umbrella.
That's right. Some of us are still trying to get used to AgriLife, but...
Yes, I understand that too. You've seen a lot of changes over the years.
That is true. Well, as I mentioned, the purpose was that you and Sarita Shorts presented your year-end review and recap of activities, things that you've done for the past year to the what is that committee called? The
Leadership Advisory Board.
Okay, Leadership Advisory Board. And it occurred to me, that the dozen or so people who saw that presentation, we already are great believers in what's going on. We know what's happening. And so it's an opportunity to share that with you, because I think it's a tremendous success that the two of you have had over the past year.
Well, thank you. It's a great opportunity for us to get to share it to a wider audience.
That's right. And so yesterday, Sarita did a great job. She was, I have to give her credit, she's very passionate about it, very excited, very animated with it, and so we appreciate that.
Yes, I got to watch along yesterday, and it was fun to get a preview of what I was in for today and hear Sarita talk about her programs. We work together, but our missions look a little different, and so there's some overlap, and then sometimes we just go our own way and accomplish our separate goals.
That's right of that. Well, from your standpoint, if you look back at that last year, what were the things that were really the highlights from your standpoint?
Well, we had some great things. It's really fun coming up on finishing my 4th year. I'm getting to see some programs grow and repeat year after year. But one of the strongest things that we see is the support and community input we get. And so we prepared this for our Leadership Advisory Board because they're one of the decision-making bodies that helps us know what our community needs.
Right.
And then in my area, I also have Family and Community Health Program Area Committee that helps me determine the needs in McCullough County. And so we really look at data on statistics on health numbers and chronic diseases and problems people are facing, and then we target educational programs to youth and adults that try and meet those needs or build healthy habits. And so Sarita talked a little bit yesterday about ag programs being producer-based, and they're kind of one-shot CEU type programs. Right. What you'll see in family and community health is we'll have more of a series-based approach, because our mission is behavior change and building healthy habits. And so we will go through sometimes a 4, 6, even 8-week series to try and build those habits and help people kind of transition into smaller steps to a healthier lifestyle. And so some of the things you'll see in our youth programs, we do a lot of programs with schools. Actually, I was really proud Brady Elementary earned the distinction of being a healthy, recognized school because they offered so many programs to youth and adults through their school. A lot of food nutrition. For several years now, I've gotten to do the Color Me Healthy program with our pre-K and Head Start kids, which is a great way to introduce young kids to healthy habits early on. We work on increasing fruit and vegetable consumption and healthy movement, and we do food taste testing, which is the greatest thing because you talk about some positive peer pressure. When you convince a room of 4-year-olds to all try a red bell pepper and that it's not going to burn their mouth off and be a hot pepper, you feel like you've really accomplished something.
If you can get them to eat kale, you're
we have not been very successful with kale, but we grew Swiss chard, and when we grew our own, they were willing to try it, and some of them even got seconds. And so we do a kind of a two-prong approach with the youth. We'll do tasting and cooking, but we'll also do a gardening program where they can grow and then harvest, prepare, and eat their own foods, and we've seen a lot more success. And so when we talk about building healthy habits for a lifetime, those are the kind of things I'm talking about, where they can see it from the growing standpoint to the cooking to the nutrition, and it kind of has some relevance in their life of why I'm trying to convince them to eat vegetables. Right. And so that's a really good one. The food and nutrition part, I do a lot with young people, healthy movement, limiting screen time, and then also we do some mindful self, which is just coping strategies for dealing with stress, anxiousness, how to teach your body to calm down. And so those are some great ones I do with youth through our curriculum enrichment. That's when we go into the schools, we teach a program, do a series, help them get some hands-on knowledge, but you don't have to be a 4-H member to participate in those. Okay. A lot of those same themes, though, carry over into our 4-H kids. And so I have some great food and nutrition projects. One of my favorite ones that I see is I have a student who's taken his food and nutrition project and just grown it. He started out, he really liked to cook, wants to be a sushi chef. Things you don't always hear in McCullough County.
No, you don't.
But he is very committed to learning. Entered a recipe in the food show, and the food show people loved it. And so then competed in another contest. Then created an educational demonstration on how to prepare sushi and blew the judges away. And so that has just grown with this 4-H'er to now he's doing public speaking, he's doing some leadership engagements, and he's looking at becoming a Healthy Texas Youth Ambassador, all from what started as a 4-H food nutrition program.
That's great.
And so we have that. We have consumer education, photography, a lot of leadership and public speaking, and just helping these kids grow in their confidence, in their independence, and then just build skills that they can use throughout their life. And so that's one of my favorite things about starting with the youth and building them up. So now, one of the other really cool things, though, is I get to work with adults, too. And, in my previous career, I worked always with kids. I was a teacher, and so adult education is such an interesting facet of what I get to do because they have to choose to be there. You don't often have a captive audience of adults that they're required to be there from 8 to 3 and listen to what you say. And so finding topics that are relevant and that are meaningful and people want to come be a part of is very important to me. And so some of the community learning opportunities that I've offered this year, I've been doing quite a few things with fresh milled flour and harvesting wheat, milling it into flour, making whole grain bread. It is a very hot topic right now. People are really into it. Makes wonderful, delicious bread, and it gets your body healthy whole grains. And so we've really been working with that one a lot. That is a neat program because I also get to work with our food nutrition specialist on designing talking points and programs that other agents can use as they roll out this program in their community. So McCullough County's been a little bit of a guinea pig in this mission. And so I've been able to present that to lots of groups and had a great turnout there. And then we've used some similar principles in a wonderful program sponsored by the Library Association that's called Homespun Holiday. And we do some homemade gifts, some healthy holiday recipes, and just some fun decorative things based in nature. And so we use a lot of the same concepts we're learning out through the year with a fun holiday twist and kind of put a festive program together that people can come and do with friends. And then I usually try and have something they can make and take with them and share that with those around them. And so those are some of the best community programs. I've also been fortunate to do some nutrition education at the senior center. And if you ever want to test your skills as an educator, go into the senior center because they have seen it, heard it, and done it. And so you really have to win them over with buy-in and sometimes bluebell and get them ready to listen and be interested in making some healthy changes that could increase their mobility, longevity, quality of life. And so,
I never thought of it, but I think you have a great point about the challenge of.
It's wonderful, and it's so fun to go in. Coming from, I've taught every age from, 4 to 90 now, and it's really fun to see, trying to get that buy-in and build that relationship where they do want to listen and do, they may not be willing. I had one sweet little lady that said, you know what, I'm old enough that if I want chicken fried steak, I'm going to eat chicken fried steak. And I said, yes, ma'am, you are, and you enjoy it. But in the meantime, there are some other things, on your non-chicken fried steak meals, you could consider these factors for better health and longevity. And so it's really, really nice to see that and to get that feedback.
That's true. That's good.
Another really cool thing about my job is the network that AgriLife Extension gives you. And so I get to work with agents, specialists, people all around the state, and then bring that information back to McCullough County. And so I am able to partner on several multi-county programs, some with our neighboring counties. I do a lot with Coleman, Brown, Runnels. We co-teach programs. One of my favorite programs to co-teach is A Matter of Balance, which is a program geared towards senior adults to help reduce the fear of falling and build exercises and core strength and things to help reduce that risk. So that is always a fun one, and we co-teach, we work on it together, we train together, and we just improve the resources we have to bring back into the county. I'm also fortunate enough to serve on the Healthy Texas Youth Ambassador Advisory Committee, and that gets me the opportunity to work with high school students from around the state who are doing community service and education in their home communities and see what kind of programs they're offering, what kind of resources are available, and bring that back here to use with our 4-Hers who are then able to implement some of those things in McCullough County. Yeah. And I have had a great opportunity this past year to work on a team. Texas A&M AgriLife Extension has a team called Dinner Tonight, and we produce cookbooks, meal plans, and recipes for social media. The meal plan is one of the newest things we've come out with, and it's a subscription-based quarterly meal plan. And so if you're tired of trying to figure out what's for dinner tonight, you can get emailed to you a bank of recipes with shopping lists and cooking tips and healthy resources to help just reduce that burden. One less thing you have to think about.
And they're all going to be healthy.
Yes, they are very healthy.
That's true.
But it takes the guesswork out of it and some of the thought process out of it. We also have a great website and social media presence where each week we post a new recipe along with educational tips and content that go along with that recipe. And so I'm able to develop content for them and work in that and then have those recipes and resources available to share here locally. And so those are just great things that you get
if
to
somebody wanted to get those from you, be on your list, what do they do?
So, if you
for the recipes.
Yes, you can always contact me via email, which is carrie.ross@ag.tamu.edu, or you can look up Texas A&M AgriLife Extension Dinner Tonight. Now, I will warn you, if you just put dinner tonight, you're going to get a million things that have nothing to do with extension, because that is a very popular phrase. But there is a Facebook page, an Instagram page, there is a YouTube channel where you can watch videos of the recipes being prepared. If you're not sure of a step or anything like that, you can see it in action, which is also a learning curve, making videos. You realize how many bad habits you have while cooking when you watch yourself back in a video and you're like, I got to do that over. I've got to model correct procedures and food safety practices. But yes, AgriLife Extension dinner tonight. If you search those together, that'll bring up.
I'll get it.
And there's a website with all of the recipes over time, and then there's places where you can order cookbooks and meal plan subscriptions.
Okay.
It's a great resource.
Sounds good.
So I'm going to circle back around to 4-H for just a minute, because I think that is the area that people are most familiar
That's right.
with our extension program, which is something we're very proud of. I have been fortunate. All three of my kids have grown up in 4-H, and the lessons they learned, the skills they built, and the opportunities it gave them are second to none that we've ever been involved in anything else. The scholarships are amazing, but that's just one end product, but what they actually grew and learned in the process. And so many times people assume that that is always agriculture based. You need to raise an animal, you need this huge financial and time commitment, a place to house it, and those are wonderful programs. We've done it, I love it, but there are other ways to be involved in 4-H, and we want to take the intimidation factor out of it. I know Sarita mentioned that yesterday about people feeling overwhelmed. So many times a parent or community member will come to me and go, I want to learn about 4-H. And you show them the possibilities, and they're like, well, we can't do all of that. You know, there's these,
don't have to.
there's all these project areas and things you can do. But no, you don't have to. I encourage people to pick one thing that they're passionate about and start there. So if your kid loves to cook, food nutrition project. If your kid loves animals, but you're not really ready to commit to raising livestock judging, or something like that, where you don't have to have that daily commitment of raising an animal. We have some great kids working on their photography skills right now, and that is a very easy way to get started in 4-H, because you do a lot of that on your own. We come together, we learn together, we practice, but the bulk of your project is independently driven. And one of the nice things about 4-H is everything in it has a built-in speaking and leadership component. So whatever area you take on as your interest, slowly you develop those skills to explain it to another member, explain it to a judge, maybe teach somebody else how to do it. So you're slowly overcoming those fears of public speaking, that anxiousness of being in front of people, and building just an extra set of confidence that you can see in 4-H kids anywhere they go. Because you do. Even if you don't become the most dynamic public speaker, you take the edge and the fear off of being put in that position, and we try and encourage that in a safe and positive way. Another big push in 4-H in the last several years has been college and career readiness. And there's so much talk now about four-year college, two-year college, trade schools, what is best. And in our opinion, is what is best is what's going to be most meaningful to that child, to that young person. Where do their goals lie? And we have opportunities to help no matter what those goals look like. And so part of our 4-H projects are exploring trades, exploring college opportunities and what different programs look like. And then, of course, as you work through 4-H and build that resume over time, it helps you get accepted into different programs. And the scholarships in McCullough County for our 4-H kids have been amazing. In the time that I've been an extension agent, we've had kids earn over $100,000 in scholarships based on their 4-H project experiences alone, not counting those transferable skills that they built that helps them get other local scholarships and university scholarships. So the biggest bang for your buck you can get in youth programs, to me, is 4-H, and I would love to see more kids get involved. One of my missions that since I came was several years ago, it's probably been 10 or more, they started charging an annual enrollment fee. And when parents are already hit with registration for this, a t-shirt for this, school supplies, all that, sometimes that enrollment fee, even though it's just $25, feels like a burden, especially if you have multiple kids. And we have developed a scholarship program to help families that are maybe unable or burdened by that enrollment fee. And so you can always contact our office if you want to join 4-H and you're not sure how to get started. That was very generously started by our Master Gardeners. They donated the initial funds, and then we've had some other sponsors donate and support that, so that no child in McCullough County should have to miss that opportunity over an enrollment fee. And another wonderful thing that we've had for years and years is the support of the G. Raleigh White grants, and that has helped offset our costs for competitive events, registration fees, travel, and things like that. Because some of these contests take you all over the state, and
It's a big state.
Yes, it is, and it gets expensive. We know just feeding them some days gets expensive, and so we want to help offset that burden with families, and we've been very blessed to receive a G. Raleigh White grant each year that has helped that and given kids tremendous opportunities to learn beyond McCullough County and build experiences that when you sit back and talk to kids that have graduated, a lot of them come back and volunteer and help, and just the foundation that builds and how those experiences shaped them for going on in their future, it's priceless. It's a wonderful gift that we have here. So I could talk about 4-H really forever, but some of the things that I just want to highlight is McCullough County is known around the state as a very strong program with great community support, and so that is always exciting to go into another area and they're like, oh, we wish our county was more like yours, or we wish we had the same kind of support. We have been very fortunate. We've had several state ambassadors. We have livestock ambassador. We've had a Healthy Texas Youth ambassador. We have another one getting ready to apply. We currently have Texas 4-H State Council representative. So that gives an opportunity for McCullough County to be highlighted on a state level and get to promote the great kids we raise here and the wonderful things we have here. And so we would like to build that opportunity for others and to help just build on their successes. But it's also not just about chasing the scholarships and the college opportunities. We also teach our kids about service, and we have some great community service projects here that we do every year. We do our flags at the cemetery for Veterans Day and Memorial Day, and when you talk to our kids that have graduated and gone on, that's one of the most meaningful things that they've been a part of. We had some high school kids a couple years ago recruit the Interact Club to come help with that and help clean up in the Live Oak Cemetery, and so the kids took on ownership of that service project and tried to build on it. And then, of course, we try, and anywhere we go to do a program, we try to leave it better. So clean up the square, clean up the parks, and then just spread a little cheer. Sometimes we bake treats for those who've helped us and supported us. Sometimes we're delivering goodies, and just recently we did a blanket towel donation for the animal shelter. So we try to look where we can serve in our home community and put the skills that we're learning to use and try to make things just a little bit better than how we found them.
Well, that's good. You do a great job.
Well, thank you.
And, one of the things that always struck me about the area you're in, there are so many things that are involved in that, not just the 4-H aspects of it, but also those in the community, all of the things involved with the adults, making healthy adults, doing things for the health of adults, health, well-being, the kind of things you expect. Food,
Yes,
that you
all the
expect,
good stuff.
menus and all that stuff. But also the other areas, like you said, the balance, things like that, and also involved with the programs to do health fairs and things like that.
Well, and that's one thing I neglected to mention, and it was one of the highlights of our year, was we had our second annual McCullough County Health Fair,
Right.
Which has been a wonderful opportunity. That was also a grant-funded program, but our local providers and community resources came out in force to really try and be accessible, sit down and talk to people, let them know what we have to offer here, get free screenings and resources and prizes, and I was just amazed. We had over 30 service providers come in for the health fair and really just set up and the mission and commitment to educating people, supporting people, helping in our community was fabulous. And that was something that had been requested since I came on as an extension agent, and we're getting to see that program grow and welcome it back year after year. And it would not be possible without all of the local providers here who were willing to step up and make it a great event. So we're so thankful for that.
A lot of great programs, and through the Extension Agency, Extension Office. And if somebody has an idea for something else, all they have to do is give you a call.
Absolutely. We love to hear it. And some of our best ideas come from requests from within the community. And if we can make it happen, we surely will.
Or if you're getting questions, it always often will tell you what people are interested in.
Yes, absolutely.
Where there's a hole in what they want to know.
Absolutely. And that's kind of how this fresh milled flour came to be. People were asking, and we're actually building on that. I've got a series coming up in the spring that's going to do some other homesteading type skills, bread making, food preservation, and we'd like to eventually build that into like a homesteading one-day workshop or conference.
I think the homesteading theme is great, and it has a lot of interest and sort of attachment for folks.
Well, yes, you've got that, the nostalgia of the history behind it, but also the relevance of we need to be aware of how to take care of our bodies, use our resources, and know how these things work. Maybe we'll still choose convenience, but we need to know how to do it, and if we're ever in the situation where we needed to know how to mill your wheat and make your bread, or how to can your vegetables from your garden and have a food supply, we've got people ready to go. And here in McCulloch County, we have some people that are well above the curve taking care of those things.
Yes.
And we'd like to get those people together and teach the ones who are ready to learn and try something new.
All right. Well, Carrie, we appreciate you being with us this morning.
Yes.
You and Sarita both have been great. And exactly what I had in mind is that you got this great programs that you're involved in, and very successful, and it's great to have you here and let you tell us about it.
Well, awesome. It was my pleasure to be here. Thanks for inviting us.
You're welcome. You're welcome. Carrie Ross with us this morning from the AgriLife Extension Office, and appreciate that here on KNEL TV. We'll be back in a moment with more here on the morning program. Stay tuned.
First, Mark and Scott Frankel, the go-to car and truck wreck attorneys in Texas, have been fighting for your rights for over 25 years. Before becoming personal injury lawyers, they defended insurance companies, so they know all the tricks and tactics insurers use to deny your claim. Trust the experienced, family-owned, and highly awarded Frankel & Frankel to put you first and get the resolution you deserve. And remember, it's a felony for an attorney to reach out to you directly or indirectly via third parties within the first 30 days after an accident. During this period, an attorney may only send a letter. Frankel & Frankel make it easy. From the free consultation to the very first phone call, they handle everything with no out-of-pocket costs. They only get paid when you win. If you or a loved one has been injured, reach out to Frankel & Frankel today at frankelfirm.com. That's F-R-E-N-K-E-L, firm.com. Principal Office, Dallas, Texas.
Iran's foreign minister.
In 2026, America celebrates 250 years of freedom. And here in Mason, the commercial bank proudly celebrates 125 years of serving the Texas Hill Country. From homes and ranches to farms and businesses, we've been your trusted partner through every challenge. Thank you for your loyalty. It's what keeps us strong. The Commercial Bank. Relationship banking at its best. A better way to bank.
Welcome back with 3FM at 1490 AM in Brady and live on KNEL TV. And Mr. Pitcox, good morning to you.
Good morning.
How are you today?
Well, I'm feeling great today.
Feeling great today. We are glad to hear that you are feeling great.
Whenever you said 76 degrees outside, that made me feel great.
Oh, yeah, 76 degrees, the high temperature today, 75 tomorrow, 74 on Sunday, and 72 on Monday. So we are ready to go with that.
Yes.
Absolutely. By the way, when Carrie was talking there for a minute, she mentioned a group that had gotten involved with one of the 4-H programs, Interact Club, which reminded me that the Brady High School Interact Club is going to be hosting a 1-mile fun run and 5K tomorrow. And that's
Tomorrow?
Tomorrow.
Oh, my goodness.
A fun morning. You can't.
I got to leave for Houston this morning, or I would have participated in that 5K. That just really bums me out completely.
I'm sure it does. They're going to start at 8:30 tomorrow morning at the Brady Municipal Golf Course.
That's a perfect time on Saturday
I
morning.
know, and it's right close to your house.
Mm-hmm.
Very good. Very convenient. If only you had the time.
I didn't have something else to do.
Registration starts at 8 o'clock. Entry is $10 for students, $20 for adults. A medal, T-shirt, and snacks will be included. And if you're not a runner, no problem.
You can walk, right?
No, they'll take your donations.
You don't have to walk, let us take your money.
Take your donations.
Yeah.
Donations are welcome, and they support the service projects of the Brady High School Interact Club. And you can also mail the BHS Interact Club, 1003 West 11th Street, Brady, Texas, 76825. Come run, walk, cheer, or donate, and help them make a difference, according to Levanta Harper, who is the sponsor of that group. Interact Club 1 mile, fun run, and 5K tomorrow. Starts at 8:30 at the golf course. Of course, then at 10 o'clock, and you'll have that finished before the FBBB radio auction gets underway at 10 o'clock. And the auction, the band auction gets started at 10 at the band hall, and will be live on the radio on 1490 KNEL AM. We'll also be live on KNEL TV, this very medium. We'll be there tomorrow morning for the band auction. We're looking forward to it. It's a great opportunity. You're going to be able to see everything as it comes across the table for the auction tomorrow. Learn about it. We're going to be talking to band members, kids who are involved in the young people, rather. Won't call them kids.
That's right.
Young people, students who are involved in the band program, and talk with them about that. So we're looking forward to it. Another sort of a new adventure for us here on KNEL with KNEL TV. See?
It's going to be fun.
It's going to be fun. Absolutely going to be fun. That's right. You know what we need to do is take a look at birthdays for today. Let's do that. Birthdays are brought to you here on KNEL each and every day by the great folks out at the Jacoby's Cafe in Melvin. Fridays are special at Jacoby's.
Jacoby's Cafe in Melbourne is the place to go when you need good food for breakfast, lunch, and even dinner on Friday and Saturday. Jacoby's Cafe, just outside of Brady, open Monday through Saturday, 8 a.m. to 2 p.m. for breakfast and lunch. Friday and Saturday dinner hour, 5 to 9. Check out their daily lunch specials. Today is Friday, and the lunch special is catfish served with coleslaw, beans, hush puppies, and your choice of side. Take the short drive to Jacoby's and get fed good. That's Jacoby good.
And we are back, and who's having a birthday for today?
All right, we do want to say happy birthday to these folks that are celebrating birthdays today. Happy birthday today to Al Burton, also Marcia Campbell, Kenneth Knight. Kenneth actually called in last night on the Hits Radio show.
The Hits Radio program.
He listens to us on KNELradio.com.
Did you play his request for him?
I did.
All right.
Corey Swap having a birthday today. Justin Hitler, Johnny Slaughter, Aaron Stegmuller, also Steve Quillen, Ted Smouse having a birthday, Patricia Lively. Patricia Christine Blake Lively's having a birthday today, so happy birthday to Tricia. And also happy anniversary to Arlen and Mary Roberts having an anniversary. And so that's all the birthdays and anniversaries we have for today. And congratulations to Justin Hitler for being the winner of lunch or breakfast from Jacoby's in Melbourne.
All right. Well, some celebrity birthdays. Mike Farrell, the fellow was spent many years as part of the staff of MASH.
MASH.
Yes.
Wow.
And Mike Farrell from MASH, 87 years old today. Tom Brokaw, who was an NBC television news reporter. He's 86 today. Guess that's about it for names that I recognize off the list. And remember that it was on this day in 1971, Alan Shepard became the first person to hit a golf ball on the moon.
Oh, my goodness.
Astronaut Alan Shepard.
Mm-hmm.
And in 1985, the French mineral water company Perrier debuted its first new product in 123 years.
Oh, my goodness. What was that?
It was on some grocery stores and in trendy restaurants.
Mm-hmm.
You could find water with a twist of lemon, lime, or orange added to the well-established popular product line. And now everybody and his dog has a flavored water.
That's true.
All right. What about Saturday?
Saturday birthdays. We have birthdays for Ray Clark, also Dennis McCall, Abby Henry, Frank Harvey, Sterling Moore, Mary Talley, Connie Westbrook, Richie Richardson, Joe Williams, Joe Beatty, also having a birthday, Tim Schultz, Rhonda Walters, Stephanie Hastings, all having birthdays for Saturday. Congratulations to Ray Clark for being the winner of lunch or breakfast from Jacoby's in Melbourne. And also let's say happy birthday to Tony Booth on Saturday, and that's the reason why we're going to Houston today and tomorrow to celebrate the Tony Booth's birthday bash. So happy birthday to Mr. Tony Booth tomorrow.
Tony Booth tomorrow. Okay. Some celebrities with birthdays today. James Spader, the actor, 66 years old today. Actor-comedian Eddie Izzard, 64. Garth Brooks. How old is today's Garth? Tomorrow is birthday.
Tomorrow's his birthday, yeah.
Tomorrow's his birthday. How old is he going to be?
Let's see. I'm going to say he's 60.
You are correct.
Really?
64.
Oh, 64.
64. Garth Brooks is 64.
He can finally get Social Security next year, and so...
Well, he needs it.
Yes.
He needs it. He owns half of Western Oklahoma. What else does he need?
What did he say one time? He had more money than his grandchildren's children could spend, or something like that, I think is what he said one time.
It's a good way to think about it. Chris Rock, the performer, is 61 tomorrow. Ashton Kutcher, the actor, 48.
Mm-hmm.
And it was on February 7th, 1964, that the Beatles arrived at JFK Airport in New York for their first tour of the United States.
And the world has never been the same.
The world has never been the same. That's right. And it was on February 7th of 2014 that Jay Leno said goodbye after 22 years of hosting The Tonight Show.
Yeah.
And there we go. All right. How about birthdays for
Sunday? Happy birthday on Sunday to Walt Moore, also Casey Mitchell, Alexis Reed, Wayne Brewer, Barry Marks, John Shipp, Peter Lynch, David Hovader, all having birthdays on Sunday, and Jesse Quintero, and also Gary Lynn, all having birthdays on Sunday. And our congratulations to, Jessica Quintero. Congratulations to Jessica Quintero for being the winner of lunch or breakfast from Jacoby's in Melvin.
Absolutely. Happy birthday.
Yes.
Some celebrities with birthdays. Composer-conductor John Williams is 94.
Wow.
On Sunday. News band, don't see him anymore. Ted Koppel. It will be 86. You know, guy always, you can never get away from the fact that he looked like Howdy Doody. You're too young for Howdy Doody.
Yeah, I remember a little bit about
Howdy Doody.
Yeah.
Nick Nolte is 85 on Sunday. Comedian Robert Klein, 84. Author John Grisham, 71. And I guess that is it for birthdays. Let's see things that happened on that day in history. Here we go. 1922. Man that we admire a lot. President Warren G. Harding.
Warren G. Harding.
Warren G. Harding in 1922 introduced the first radio in the White House.
All right.
Man of our hearts, right there. And other things that happened on that day in history, model actress Anna Nicole Smith. Remember her?
I remember her well.
2007, she was found unresponsive at the Seminole Hard Rock Hotel and Casino in Hollywood, Florida, pronounced dead at a local hospital a short time later. Death was ruled an accidental drug overdose of a sedative. Okay. And lots of things going on there.
As a matter of fact, whenever I was in Mejia, Texas,
It's her home.
a few years ago, I went to Jim's Crispy Fried Chicken and had lunch because that was the first job of employment place that Anna Nicole Smith actually had whenever she was growing up in Mejia, Texas. Yes, she cooked chicken at Jim's Crispy Fried Chicken there in Mejia. And it's still there.
And it's still there. It's
Picture
still
of her up on the wall.
Still operating, huh?
Yes, in Mejia, Texas.
That's amazing. That is always amazing.
And Mejia is, nice little community, but not a very big community as well.
How small is it?
It's probably the size of Brady, I'm guessing. I don't know.
I would think so.
Something like that, but she's from there, and also country music songwriter Cindy Walker
And
is from Mejia, Texas. And Dickie, that's right.
Dickie Flood.
Yes. And Terry Joyce was there here not too long ago, and she brought us back some autographed bumper stickers. Brought you back one, and me back one as well, an autographed bumper sticker from Dickie Flatt.
Dickie Flatt. Dickie Flatt was the guy, his story goes, that former Senator Phil Graham, when he was senator, he was from Mejia. He served that part as a representative, but he's from Mejia. And he always used this example as a hit if he was going to, thinking about some piece of legislation and wanted to know how it would go down. He'd bring to mind Dickie Flatt, a printer in Mejia, Texas, worked there, been a printer all his life, ink under his fingernails that would never come out.
Yes.
And so he would think about, is this good for Dickie Flatt? Would Dickie Flatt think this is worthwhile?
How would it
And that
affect
was his way to sort of try to maintain some, perspective on what would Dickie Flatt think about that. And Dickie Flatt was a real person, as you know.
Oh, yeah.
And
And still alive. I think he's, I think, if I remember right, I may be wrong, but I think Terry told me he was like in his 90s now. The son has taken over the business, but he's still a very big personality there in Mejia, and has his own bumper stickers because you and I got one.
We have one.
Autographed bumper sticker from Dickie Flatt.
Phil Graham. Phil Graham was an interesting guy as senator. He was a U.S. representative from East Texas, served in the Mejia area. And in the early 80s, he decided that he was going to change from being a Democrat, because in Texas he used to be a Democrat if you were not elected. Changed from being a Democrat to being a Republican. He didn't just announce, hey, I'm changing. He resigned as a congressman, ran again as a Republican.
Mm-hmm.
And it wasn't a matter of, well, you'll take me as I am. It was, selected. He ran again, won as a Republican, and then went on to become senator from Texas for many years. And
he came to this very radio station.
He did?
Yes, he did. He came visited us here at KNEL. This was back in the late 80s, I guess. And then he went on to actually MC he was the guest speaker, rather, at the Menard Chamber of Commerce.
Is that right?
And so we were, of course, here when he was here at KNEL, and then we went down to see him in Menard whenever he did the Menard Chamber of Commerce. So
that's neat.
I've got my obligatory photo with Phil Graham that he signed for me, as a matter of fact.
I didn't get a picture. I had the opportunity to introduce him for a speech once at a business I was working at, because one of those things where the president of the company had laryngitis, couldn't do it. And because I was the public spokesman for the company, I got to do the introduction for Phil Graham.
That's pretty.
And I read the president's speech, his comments to introduce him. But the thing was, up there on the stage with, after Graham was giving his comments, I was always impressed with the fact he had not one note.
Yeah.
He didn't, he may do that so many times, he knew it all, but still, for those of us who sometimes are challenged with public speaking, it could be, and up there, not a note, because a cogent, speech makes sense, makes all his points, and so all that. The other thing about that visit by Phil Graham to the plant was that when I was having lunch, I got this phone call from one of the people I worked with that said, we just had a call from Phil Graham's office, and the message is, don't start without me. He's running a little late, but don't start without him. Okay.
And you paid attention to that.
Yes, we did.
So Mahia, Texas is 6,850 people, so it's bigger than Brady.
Yeah, it's bigger than Brady, but not much.
Yeah.
Okay.
We also want to give a shout out this morning to George and Ann Weems, who are watching us, and also Brad O'Leary, and we appreciate them listening to us. They're actually on a road trip this morning.
A road trip.
And they've got us dialed in this morning, so I wanted to say hello to them and appreciate them being with us here today. So,
okay. I want to mention again, not fail to mention that one thing, early voting for the Brady special election for City Council ends today. Today's the final day to vote early. The election is next Thursday, February 12th, for a fill a vacancy on the Brady City Council. The famed Brady Bulldog Band radio.
My name is Whitney Allen, and I'm a widow.
Live auction is tomorrow.
Tomorrow, Saturday.
10 o'clock. Starts at 10 o'clock, and we'll have it live here on KNEL TV and on 1490. And along with TV, is Roku, YouTube, all of that going along there on our website as well. For that, we're looking forward to that. It's going to be a new era for the band auction. Be on the radio and on KNEL TV tomorrow. And then Monday night, we'll have KNEL TV. We'll have the candidate forum from Mason for the two candidates for Mason County Judge in the second seat. And we're looking forward to that as well. And we also have a candidate forum a week from Monday on the 16th. Here in McCullough County, KNEL will host a candidate forum at the Events Center, 6 o'clock on Monday the 16th, for the candidates in the contested races in McCullough County. County Clerk Christine Jones and Catherine Wigington, County Commissioner for Precinct 2 Randy Deans and Dave Luckler, Justice of the Peace Dave Lewis and Maggie Sawyer. And we'll broadcast that as well. And a candidate for governor is going to be visiting Brady on the 16th, that same day. Candidate Doc Pete Chambers will have a meet and greet from 11 until 1 on the 16th at the Heart of Texas Events Center. So it's a great opportunity to have a chance to see a candidate for governor up close and personal, hear what they have to say. He has an interesting sort of approach here. According to his poster, he invites voters to hear his plan for restoring Texas to the people. Lots of ways you can interpret that.
Lots of ways you can interpret it, that's right.
Lots of ways you can interpret that. Okay.
Yes.
But he'll be in Brady, and you can ask him yourself, what do you mean by this? Doc Pete Chambers, meet and greet 11 to 1 on the 16th at the Heart of Texas Events Center. The Events Center is going to be busy that day.
It is,
We'll be in there on that night with the candidate forum as well.
We're glad to have it available. And speaking of that, I mean, of course, we host a lot of different things at the Heart of Texas Event Center. And so if you're looking for a place to have a wedding or a meeting or a family reunion or a quinceanera or a divorce party or whatever else that you may want to do, you can always...
Divorce party?
Well, I mean,
people do.
People do. Yes, people do. We've had more than one divorce party out there.
Yeah.
But anyway, or baptism or whatever you want to do,
You cover the waterfront there, don't you?
Hanukkah, it don't matter, whatever you've got going. What do they...
Bar mitzvah?
I started to ask you, what is that they do there?
It's a bar mitzvah.
Bar mitzvah? We can do a bar mitzvah, yeah?
Yeah.
Well, we don't care what religion or what political affiliation you're with. We're open to anybody and everybody. Well, nearly. I may draw a line every once in a while about something, but anyway, we'd be happy to rent it to you. So our 2026 is filling up. So if you want to get in there, give us a call.
Okay. That's going to wrap us up for the morning program here on KNEL. In fact, we're a little over. Trading on the Radio is coming up next, right here on KNEL. Don't forget, tonight, high school basketball. The Brady Bulldogs take on Ingram. That game on KNEL TV. The Mason Punchers go to Johnson City. That game will be on 95.3 KNEL FM Radio for tonight. I'm Lynn Ferris.
I'm Tracy Bidcox.
Glad to have you with us for today on a special edition of the morning program. Stay tuned.